So there's absolutely no doubt this is one of the areas that you want to be investing a lot of your practice time with reference to the driver. The main reason why is because if you can increase how many fairways you're hitting and gather more distance, you're going to find the game considerably easier. But also because if you can use a driver, then you'll generally find that you're technically actually very sound. The reason why the driver is so much harder to use is, well, obviously because the head design, less loft, etc., produces less spin, but it's also because the lever is longer. And anything in life, if the lever becomes longer, it's theoretically much harder to control. So how do we go about that? Well, obviously, with reference to the length, there's not much you can do. You just have to sort of accept that you need to stand further away from the ball. But with reference to the hit, what we need to do is we need to be hitting up on the ball. And the way you're going to hit up on the ball is by swinging around a tilt. Okay, so that's my spine angle as I'm visually demonstrating here. We need to find a way to hit the golf ball like so, right? So my arms are hitting more up on the ball around my tilt. If my spine angle is too vertical, then all of a sudden you're going to be striking too downward, which then lends itself to things like chicken wing to add width in towards that golf swing. So how do you go through that? Well, it's also quite complicated because obviously if you try and hit more up on the golf ball and you have a backswing position something like so, then there's a really good chance that you're almost going to start hitting too much up on the ball and you're going to top it, and that's going to make you lose a lot of confidence and make you resort back to going this way to at least get decent contact. So what you need to try and do in your backswing is you need to actually get a feeling either in the backswing or in the start of the downswing that you're kind of lowering, okay? Because if I put the club sort of here just across my shoulders to sort of, demonstrate that's my tilt, I'm going to rotate around that tilt. And as I start my downswing, I need to get that feeling that I'm sort of dropping down. If I drop down, I can then have that ability to come back up without it affecting strike too much. If we kind of move sort of this way and then immediately try and get up, that club's going to be rising up too quickly and it's going to give you bad contact. So you've got options. A couple of things that I work on with my students is a recentering motion. So that ability that as they're sort of swinging up towards the top of the backswing, the hips and everything move towards that lead side. And as they're doing that, to get a sense of lowering. Feel like you're lowering the pelvis, that means as you transition, it's going to give you much more confidence to get up and through the ball. But if you are fundamentally the kind of golfer who chicken wings and is not great with the driver, then what you need to improve is that rotation around that tilt. And the way you're going to do that is accept that you need to hit more up on the ball. If you therefore have been practicing that and realise that you struggle with it, I would therefore suggest that you work a little bit on lowering as well. Start to work on that as a practice drill. You can exaggerate it, get that feeling of lowering down, gives you that ability to swing back up, and just sort of try and work on those sort of feelings. And yeah, it might take you a few to build a little bit of confidence, but like I said, it's worth it. And yes, this is also a technique that you can apply to other clubs as well, for those of you that are potentially thinking that. See you again really soon.